Hello, Monster Man here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires. And part, is it 5? 6? Jeez, already I've lost count of what it's 5. I think it's 5. I'm going to say it's part 5, maybe. Read the thumbnail or the title. One of those may be right. Maybe they're both wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the world is wrong. Maybe it's not something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong with the universe. Beverly Crusher from Star Trek Generations. Anyway, last time we crushed some of the Crusader Kingdoms, which was nice because those guys were dicks, let's be honest. And we're now moving to finish off Rebalance, who has... No, well, she's got a stack of fucking trebuchets, haven't they? Right, I've done some renames. See if you can spot them throughout the episode. That'd be fun, won't it? And good. I don't think we've got anything else to do, really. I've moved some stuff around. I don't want to move. Oh, there's that was mine. Oh, it's Henry Le Massif. Go on, stab him. Stab him. Stab him. Stab him. Stab him. Stab him. Holy shit, you actually did it. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I was very much expecting you just to fuck up. But you did it. Good job. Pat on the back there. Nice work. Okay, so... I'm tempted to put a Tomb Prince in this army. Mind you, we got Settra. Do we need another one? Do we maybe need one over here? Ooh. Because we've got Kevin MacLeod. If you've never watched Grand Designs, it's definitely one of those... There's literally nothing else on TV. Ooh, look what this is. I love this program. One of those shows. You know, one of those episodes. You wouldn't actually seek it out, but if it's on, you're kind of like, oh, cool. Great. I really enjoy this. And yeah, it's legitimately fucking brilliant. So you know what? I want the money because then we could get the growth, couldn't we? We could do this. It's 5k though. That is expensive. But maybe I save. Does Settra save? Settra does not save. We could... Acropolis Knight. Let's get the Wisdom, because you know what, the Tomb Guard legitimately a really good front line. Wisdom of the 4th Dynasty there. The Tomb Guards are, they're tanky. They obviously don't run away. Unless they see a ghost. Hello. Okay, you no longer like me. Okay, well that's fine. To be honest... I don't like you much either, so, you know, that's working out well for both of us. I was going to have to kill him at some point. Might be sooner rather than later. Looks like Mummy and son have come together. In more ways than one. Because they bang each... Anyway. Oh, God, fucking hell. Why would you have this many fucking trebuchets? Off you go. What? Oh god, I can't even reach you. You've ran so far away, I legitimately can't reach you. Alright, well at least you can't help. Close victory. I mean, you say that, and yet Auto-Resolve is desperately trying to make it so, is it not? Okay, let's... now, you will lose your tiny little mind. If we can get the ambush on you, then we should be fine. But if I have to charge across the desert at you, that's going to be an... I mean, it'll be fine either way. It's just going to be a fucking nightmare. Increased mobility. Yes. Yes! Fucking seagulls. Occasionally I see the comment going, oh, seagulls! I've lived near the coast most of my life. There's nothing more irritating to me than seeing holiday makers come down and go, oh, look at the seagulls, let's give them part of a pasty. You're like, no, they're fucking flying rats. The only thing they need is their neck bloody wrong. So that's my feelings on the subject. If you were to press me, obviously. Let's get Keith Richards in there. Good old Keith. What a guy. I was going to save my pennies, wasn't I? Do I want to save my pennies or do I want to build Kofa Harbour? I'm going to want to build Kofa Harbour. 3 turns will double our money. That's not gambling. That's just good business sense. I can't assault you because you are too expensive. I'm going to get Soul Blight here for Thyrus the Eternal. Oh, Khalida's leveled up as well. Is it though? More. Okay, you don't have any of those. Ammunition, not the worst thing. The Legion of the Asp Goddess, the Legionary Barrage is pretty good. So let's grab that. Do we have any quests at the moment? Raid that one. Gems. Right. Okay. So, can you? How much movement do you have? Not enough to do raiding. Okay, that's fine. You can do that next turn. You come down here. I want to know. But oh God, the dwarves have taken. Oh God, Arkhan's not in a good way. It's another of my threats almost removed for me. Let's see if we can get the ambush here, because that would be really useful if we can. Looks like Tekalis has declared war on... Oh, thank God. Oh, ambush failed. Oh. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to take the money, because I want it. I could have thought that. I was like, oh, it's going to be such a... It's not even going to be a particularly long battle. It's just going to be me charging across the desert and then mauling the trebuchets. Oh, we've got the Venom Staff. Excellent. I was a bit worried we may not get that, but we go. The Divine Poisons in Khalida's veins flow sluggishly, and a Venom Staff withers. I know how that feels. It happens to everyone. Has she lost the favour of Asaph, the Asp Goddess? Perhaps Asaph's blessing can be invoked once more with the correct incantations. Sure enough. Her captivating voice whispers into the warrior queen's mind. Although Khalida is reassured that Asaph has not forsaken her, there is dire revelation. The cursed Lemians have desecrated the snake goddess's shrine that springs of eternal life. No wonder the star falters so. That's always my problem. Whenever my star falters, I always say, it's the bloody Lemians again, isn't it? It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. That the holy waters can be purified by a rite, the loathsome vampires are now bound for the Ash River, clearly meaning to spread their necromantic corruption further. Must be incepted and the granted final death. Oh, final death, there we go. We could just literally just teleport over there. Could do that. Could do that. It's an option. A lovely option. Right. We are not replenishing as fast as I would have liked. Oh, you've got ogres. And Sorcerer's Islands. Okay, so let's do that to get a little bit more healing. You know what? I'm going to keep the chariot building here just because I would like a Screaming Skull catapult. The problem with, because I really wanted to go for the chariots, but and I know I charged them into big uns, but I charged them into the back and they just exploded. So it's like, you know, if a chariot can't even just charge into the back of admittedly an anti-large unit, and a fairly nasty one, admittedly, assuming they get the charge, because they've got good melee attack and charge bonus, but their defense is god-awful. They've got no armor. They do have the physical resistance, but that shouldn't stop them from taking damage. Well, I mean, it will, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so I'm kind of a bit like, oh, I don't know. Missile strength, yes, because that means we now do 35 damage. Does she? Okay, is it a creepy smile? Little creepy smile. We are. You know what? I'm going to go extra soul blight because that reduction in armor and weapon damage is very nice indeed. And we're saving the monies so we can get the tech, because we can always change our tech. So I could do this guy. But no, we're saving. We're saving. We're going to save our pennies. That's what we're doing. We're saving our monies. I've got a few quests actually. I needed to raid that, didn't I? And I need gemstones, golden idols, marble. I've got the golden idols, haven't I? Have I got marble? I've got pots. That's close. Isn't it? Is pots close? Okay, not super worried about them. We've got lots of pots, in fact. We don't have any okay, gemstones down there. Marble. And there's marble around here somewhere. Alright, well. It would be useful if anyone, literally anyone, would trade with us. Where are you going down to attack those guys? Because if you want to go down to attack the dwarves again... I mean, if the dwarves are down there, they could go and bot Vulture Mountain while they're not looking. Okay, we'll come here. We'll do... yes, it is ours. I grant you that. So let's get the extra growth. That is going to cost us 5 big ones. But well worth it in my opinion. And I'm going to keep an eye. How the fuck have you got tomb guards? Oh, that's how. Alright, fair enough. Got some nasty... I mean, you've got 0 fucking money. Got 0 monies. We could get pots. What does pots do for us? Just gives us pots. Do we... Now, what do pots do for us? Do pots do anything for us? I mean, obviously pots will do things for us, because pots are great, don't get me wrong. Armour of the Ages. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty legit. It's pretty cheap as well, isn't it? It's only 100 jars. Pretty cheap, pretty good. Right, I'm going to keep you doing that for the moment. And I think then we'll move. What I'll do is I'll send one army over here, and Khalida will come down here and basically will crush. Because otherwise they may decide, if they see us coming on land, they'll set sail. They'll just try and evade us. Okay, we've completed that. That's given us a little bit more extra money, so that's nice. Oh, they've declared peace. That's not good for us. Because if they've declared peace with each other, that means that they're more likely to try and kill us. So, ooh, casualty replenishment rate, yeah. No. Didn't have to think about that. When the following battle with Settra the Imperishable, deep in the Ice-Toothed Mountain, a Norscan host lurks in wait. Their leader knows he harbours a relic of great significance, even if he does not glean its origin. In due course, he will know the truth and its terrible price. The king will not be denied a second time. Today, Settra will regain his crown and extract a bloody vengeance. So, what do we got? Oh, we've got hell cannons. That's cheating. So we're going to get that, which is... Holy shit! That's pretty good. It's pretty legit, isn't it? Nice little crown. Ooh, Kepra's guards. They're good. So I'm going to get one of those, and I'm going to get that. Because they're like killy tomb guards. Now, people have said the Restless Dead is good because it's allies in range, it's map wide, restores up to 56 hit points, it's 7 seconds. So is that 56 hit points a second? I'm still not completely convinced. But then we can get Khemri War Sphinx, so that was that choice made. Are you just raiding me, you little shit? Are you just raiding me? You mother chuffer. Alright, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go here. Lay an ambush. Okay, we're going to go here. And then we will cross the reef, I guess it is. Reef, and we'll come down to Sorcerer Island. So basically, what this guy is going to do, I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's going to be really fucking expensive, isn't it? 700? I don't have 701 money to spend. Can I do that again? Oh, Jesus. Goods. Okay, get Tomb Strike for the moment. We'll see what he does. I'm going to not raid my own settlement. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come over here so we can recruit some tomb guards. So then I can go and give them over to Settra, because we can get the tomb guard now. We can get 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, you're fired. Doesn't matter how long it takes to recruit them. Your army's not doing anything anyway. Right, we got that one, so we can go back to researching this one. There we go. So we got the extra growth. King Larry. Larry King. Hadn't even made that connection. Blade. No. Passage to the Soul Realm. There we go. You do that. I reckon this army may come up and try and attack us, which I'm more than happy about. Holy shit, we got the ambush. Look at that. To be honest, I think I would prefer to have got the crossing battle, but an ambush will be fine too. Well, at least we've got a nice positioning with the ambush. Got a lovely little bluff here to rain fire down from. They are going to send some of their doggos to attack my skeleton more, as we've got Khemri over here to help out, and over here. This is the main brunt of the enemy forces coming up this hill under fairly heavy fire. Meanwhile, we do have our skeleton horse archers who are running away from the hex rays. The hex rays, of course, are actually very, very fast cavalry. They've got, I mean, their stats are a bit weird in that they're generally a bit shit, but then they've just got a lot of physical resistance. They're actually pretty good overall, but obviously they will melt to any kind of magical attacks. So they're hunting down the skeleton horse archers, and there's not much we can do about that because they're just a little bit faster than us, which is disappointing, but never mind. Meanwhile, over here, we're dealing with the doggos, which is fine, and we're going to debuff the crap out of all of these skeletons, make them super. I mean, they have. You know what? Nekar warriors actually have some armor. That's a problem for us. And there is the little. What was it, like a wind spell thingy that Khemri has, and as you can see, that does a lot of damage. Those skeletons carving through them there. We get a few uses of that, so that should be quite useful. We've got a surround here, but we do have the enemy general punching his way through our line. Not much we can do about him at this moment in time. The skeleton horse archers still being chased down, but we're kind of all over the place. We're actually managing to kind of like stay just about ahead of them. We're losing a few of our number. Basically, we're just going to charge back over here, get to the safety of Khemri and the skeleton warriors, though Shabti have now been spawned in the midst of these guys. They're doing quite a lot of damage to us, which is not ideal. Skeleton horse archers rallying because they're in range of Khemri, which is good. And over here, our skeleton horsemen have been engaging the sort of central line, including some skeleton archers, which is quite nice. Meanwhile, our archers, like, just fire massive amounts of arrow fire coming down on these Nehekaran warriors. Not much they can do about that. You can see they're just getting shot up from the flank. Very nasty. Our cavalry coming back, slamming into them again from every direction. Most of our horse archers are safely over here, trying to get them to knock out the skeleton spearman unit and come back to finish off the remnants. But the hex rays have arrived to punch us in the rear. So we're going to focus fire on them because, you know, they have no armor. They have a lot of physical resistance, but no armor. And I feel like this amount of, you can see this amount of missile fire is causing them serious issues. Actually getting a lot of lag in this battle. I don't have it in the action. It seems to be like something on the replay. Who knows? And down the hex race go. Just need to finish off this little blob of skeletons. Lots of missile fire coming in from behind now. And we should have army losses starting to take effect. You can see the units are now starting to collapse and crumble away, including their general. One down. Do I want them? It's not a huge amount of money. I do want the jars. Terrifying Mask of E. I mean, it does suit her. I'm going to take the jars, I think. Ambusher and Confident Attacker. So that's nice. Okay, the nice thing about this is we're still our own territory, so we are still replenishing, which means we can continue towards our objective. We could go and grab whatever the hell this thingy is. Loot the carcass. Ow, that really stung more than it should have done. Can I let... No. Okay, I think we'll be alright. Probably should have thought that. I keep forgetting that that the Order Resolve hates my guts. I mean, to be honest, I shouldn't really forget, but there we go. Virus is going to need defences because, of course, they do like to come across the sea and attack us. So we are going to need defences here, just to be on the safe side, so that it gets the mausoleum. And I would like pots, but we can get pots. Should we get pots here? Do we need the defences here? I mean, yes. Is the art? Where else can we get pots? We can get pots here. The problem is, if we want defences, we can only have one other building. So I think we're going to have to get pots here. It's not ideal, but that's what we're going to have to do. Let's get Doom and Darkness. And Skeletron Prime. Oh, yeah, if we get that, we can get more Ushabti. You know how I feel about my Ushabti. I'm pro Ushabti. So we're going to recruit the Tomb Guard. Then we're going to come down here. And basically, we're just going to hit the Dwarves. Because it looks like they've taken the Wizard Palace. They don't have defences there. That's going to be useful because they might have to. They don't have defences here, but they're going to be much easier to deal with if they're spread out. If they're like clustered around a settlement, they can be an absolute bloody nightmare to deal with. But if they're all spread out like this, then they should be a lot easier to deal. Oh my god, I really hate it when they're just. Oh, really, really interesting. I mean, you do have Tomb Guard, you do have Arkhan the Black, but. Still, even then... Horse Archers are one of those things where they can be great as long as you're not facing an army with a lot of missile units. Because if it's facing an army with a lot of missile units, then, you know, you're probably going to have a bad time. But, in this case, this army has nothing. So, we are... filling these crypt ghouls with a lot of arrows, and they do have a couple of units of ogres. Now these could be quite nasty. Well, they would be if they had shields. They do not, so we're basically just going to shoot them down, and we also have a unit of man-eaters with ogre pistols. We're going to wait to get them in range of our archers, and then fill them full of arrows. Meanwhile, we do have a Tomb Prince and a Tomb King, and some Skeleton Spearmen. Of course, the Tomb Guard could be particularly nasty, so we're going to have to deal with them. And then, of course, Arkhan is currently running his way from the other end of the battlefield. How ignominious. It's like a little Skeletor, isn't he? Yeah, I'm having to run. Curse you, He-Man. Off he goes. Good. All right. Okay, so me and... That's my Skeletor voice. We're shooting the ogres now, and you can see they can't catch up with us. They're pretty screwed. Their speed is not good enough to catch our horse archers, and so it's basically just going to be a very slow death for them. There's not much they can do about that. Meanwhile, we are dealing with the man-eaters with extreme prejudice. Lots of arrows coming in there. That's going to finish them off, but we are going to have to deal with these Tomb Guard. The Tomb Guard, of course, will just chonk its way through our Skeleton Warriors. Our Skeleton Warriors, no match for them, really. So we're going to have to do things like use our little wind spell, which we have. Khalida there, engaging. And you can see this is going to do a lot of damage. It does a huge amount of damage to infantry. Just massacring the Tomb Guard. Khalida needs to kill off that enemy general. We do have Thyrus having magical support, so he is spirit leeching them, which is pretty good. And you can see those ogres are dealt with. We're now moving down to deal with Arkhan, because, I mean, what's he going to do? Run away from us? He can't. He's just on his little legs. So we're going to move around and basically just shoot him to pieces. Our cavalry has been rear charging, particularly the Tomb Guards. It's been, I mean, it's doing okay. And Khalida is doing a lot of damage to the enemy generals. she's doing a lot of shit like that. That's pretty good. And Arkhan is currently surrounded by horse archers and getting, yeah, there's a lot of arrows hitting Arkhan from every direction. Yeah, this is bullshit. I'm gonna go on Reddit to complain about horse archers. Demand that they get nerfed. I fucking hate these guys. Yeah, he's basically just can't do anything. He's just like charging after a unit. He's using his potion of strength. Why? What good is that? No good at all. Anyway, so meanwhile, our cavalry's charging into the rear of these guys, the spearmen, killing them off, wiping him out. Khalida's almost finished off with that too. Yep, there we go. I think he's pretty much down for the count. 71, 49, and down he goes. With the death of the general, I mean, look at this. The Tomb Guard was basically annihilated as soon as it got onto combat, and yet it's just carved its way through our unit. Very little we could do about that, even with, and there we go, they're all crumbling away. Even with that ability, it's still, you know. Bye, Arkhan. I think it's fair to say we kind of crushed them, didn't we? That's pretty good. Let's take, because we'll replenish anyway. Why didn't you come? Did you just want to see if you could? Okay, well, fine. Our front line's a little bit tatty, but we've still got a lot of missile units, so should be fine. Well, I wasn't expecting another battle quite this soon. Evidently, I mean, the thing is, had they... I guess this is a decision by the AI in that it thought it could wipe out Khalida with the forces it used and keep the defences of the settlement secure. But, seeing as that first army was destroyed, it's now sending everything it's got to try and finish off Khalida because it realises that... if it doesn't, then Khalida can just march into the city, get support from Settra, and suddenly things are looking very, very bad. So it's sent this army in to try and finish the job, I guess because it's decided that's the best value target. And it's an interesting sort of like little sort of insight into how the AI thinks, because it didn't send this army in first. It was holding it back. And it could have. I mean, no, I would have expected the AI would just send everything it could. Like, just throw everything it can to wipe out an enemy army. And yet, in this case, it held back until it didn't win. Interesting. Now, some of our units are pretty fucked, so this is going to be dicey. Although, having said that, our horse archers have managed to like draw off quite a chunk of the enemy army and then come back to join. You can see just careering through the ghouls there, filling them full of arrows, and yeah, making a good getaway. Excellent stuff. That's really, really good. We do have our archers, of course. Our archers are going to be key. They do have these doggos, which could be slightly problematic, and our horses have also taken quite a chunk of damage. The Nehekaran horsemen coming in to throw themselves at direwolves. The direwolves don't get the charge off, which means their stats are going to be pretty bad against those Nehekaran horsemen. The rest of the horsemen move around because obviously the skeleton spearman unit is probably going to want to come in and help the doggos, but if they're trying to defend themselves against these two horsemen units, they won't. Our archers are already, look at that, carving its way through the enemy units, which is exactly what we needed. The enemy do have some archers of their own, which we're going to have to be a little bit cautious of, but our horse archers actually, you know what, I'm really enjoying the horse archers. They are doing some good bloody work. They are really helping me out, which is good. No Arkhan to shoot this time round, though. He's still in the skeleton hospital. Sad times. In comes the charge. Oh, knocking them flying. They were not braced in time. Little charge there as well, getting them getting all up in their shit. The direwolves, though, getting away, breaking away. They are crumbling. We're going to get our archers to help out. Sumu Shapti being spawned right in the centre of us, which is annoying. And Thyrus is keeping using that Spirit Leech using the Soul Blight to try and drain his health as much as possible. Skeletons fighting these ghouls. The ghouls will do particularly well against the skeletons because there's... Well, you know, having said that, I guess the ghouls will I mean, yeah, our skeletons will lose, but only just. And we're going to just use our archers to shoot the crypt ghouls in the face. If that kills our skeleton archers, then never mind, we can always get more. Going to be a little bit careful of these skeleton boys here. So we'll just move away from them. Nice and easy. There we go. And our horses now are moving to hunt down these skeleton archers to make sure we silence them before they do too much damage. Another unit of direwolves which is coming in to attack our Nehekaran horsemen by the looks of it, which is a problem because I don't think the horsemen don't get the charge off. Or do they? Hard to tell. And we are shooting them with our archers, or that is going to cause some damage to the Nehekaran horsemen as well. But I'm willing to wipe out these direwolves in exchange for my horsemen. And those Ushabti crumbling away, which is going to help us quite a bit. The arrows from the Libris taking out those crypt ghouls, which is just as well, because that unit was going to be toast, and Khalida is still fighting the enemy general. But we do have the upper hand. Meanwhile, we're taking out the enemy archers, and if we can take... I mean, the Nehekaran warriors are quite nasty, but they have no shields. So, if we can use our archers on them, and again, I'm more than willing to sacrifice my horsemen to deal with those skeleton archers. Bring these horsemen round to deal with these guys, taking a little bit of fire there, but I think we'll be able to weather that, mostly because we're a lot faster than those archers. Those archers, of course, will try and run away, and then we can, like, just mop them up. Enemy general is... Ooh, little poison explosion there from Khalida. Concentrating fire on the skeleton spearmen, and you can see the bowman in the back there. Skeleton archers being engaged by our horses. Also, you know, I think it's the skeleton fucking arrows for some reason. It's fine in the battle, but it's very laggy in the replay. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, army loss is taking effect. We have successfully defeated yet another army, and that leaves the way open to Arkhan's last settlement. It's a Khalida hat trick. We lost a few units there, but that was Arkhan's total and complete strength, so that he's got nothing left now. Obviously, he was trying to kill us with those two armies to stop that, and then he had the one army in defense, but it just didn't work for you, did it, buddy? Unfortunate.
Settra the Imperishable. I am done.
Are you shitting me? Can you... Okay, Khalida, I guess it's got to be you. I don't think they've got anything left to really cause any concern. That's fine. I'll take it. Yeah. And Arkhan's dead. Arkhan is down. Let's give you a Necros. Oh god, you got so many skill points. Jeez. In fact, actually change my mind. Let's give you more ammunition. We can give you the Warrior Queen. And... Ooh. Or do I want to do that? Because I can do that and that. That gives you regeneration and frenzy. Which makes you pretty scary. I mean, to be honest, you're already fairly scary. If I was gonna put, you know, I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna replace those. We lost a skeleton, but that's not a huge problem. Let's get one of those as well. It's gonna give me 4 turns out. But now Settra can just meander over here. What do we have? Crypt Barracks, which is fine. Right, we're gonna go and I think we're gonna go and deal with the dwarves next. If we can move in and crush them. What do you have? I guess that's fine. I guess that's okay, isn't it? That seems fine. All right, right. We're going to go and kill the dwarves next, I think, because they don't want to trade with us, do they? No, they don't want to trade, and so I guess they have to die. If they will not trade, then they will trade me their lives. Did that work? I think it worked. I think that was probably... It's probably right. Anyway, that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.